All right, so this week I actually have a tutorial for you guys. The better your form, the better the function, and this is on side seat. Okay, so here we go. So when you're laying on your side, you want your hips to be stacked. So you can see here my knees are not completely stacked. So I'm gonna move my knee forward until they're on top of one another. And that will ensure that my pelvis is in a good spot. I'm gonna keep my ribs flat. And then just in a basic clamshell series, as you open your thigh and lower it back down, you want your pelvis to stay absolutely still. So you notice that there is no movement in my hips. Okay, same thing when you have a straight leg. There is no movement in my hip as I lift and lower my leg. So yeah, your flexibility is going to affect this, but it's not about the flexibility. You want to make your movement as challenging as possible through the stability of your hips, and that's when less reps will become more effective and you'll work your obliques as well. You can see I'm wearing a crop top and you can see that my core is working in a way to stabilize. Same thing when you go forward and back as you saw as when you go up and down. Then if you take this into a forearm position or forearm plank, it's a bit more challenging. You want your elbow to be underneath your shoulder and your ribs should be pulling away from the mat. And then now my hips are more on a diagonal line with one another, but same thing, my hips are quiet as I open and close my legs. Same thing when the leg is straight. There's no movement as I lift up and down. And this will ensure that you get more restriction in the hip joint and you get more tension on the muscle, and I mean tension in a good way. Same thing when the leg goes forward and back. There is no arching of my back when my leg goes back, and there is no rounding of my back when my leg goes forward. So if we're gonna take this to a side kick series, like a traditional mat exercise, your feet are slightly forward, you're in this L shape, and you saw that I just shift my feet so that they're the exact same length, and that ensures my pelvis is in the good alignment. And then you do your 2 kicks forward and 2 kicks back. You'll also notice that I'm using my bottom foot as a little kickstand, so there's also energy through that leg. It's not dead and relaxed. This is a little more challenging than having the bottom knee bent. Okay, you can use your hand as a kickstand, just in front of the waist, shoulder open, obliques are still working. Or another alternative, a little more challenging, hands behind the head. But now your core has to work even harder, as you can see, in order to keep that stability. And you're kind of watching out of the corner of your eye that both legs are the same length the whole time. Now for this full straight line side lying series, if you're lifting and lowering your legs, you want your pelvis or your waistline not to sink as you lift the legs up. So an easy way to think about this is your toes are the same length the whole time. So you can either get in front of a mirror and watch yourself do this, or you can simply feel the waist sink. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.